registrar will read to us the graduates. We will have the graduation ceremony, handover of certificates, a few remarks from specific distinguished people here. We'll enjoy a cup of tea as we continue to network after. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for keeping time. Of the 99 graduates today, I see a big number, and I believe others will be online. We are being live streamed by EYIT TV. So spread the word, share the link, and let more people watch what is happening today.
tuilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Uzalendo pia mshikamano viwe msingi wa umoja wetu, na tulinde uhuru na amani, mila zetu na desturi zetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Thank you very much. You can take your seats. I will welcome Dr. Kasim Tolo to lead us in the opening prayer as we enjoy this graduation ceremony for the first 2 participants of the Institutional Pedagogy and Competence-Based Training. Welcome.
Let's humble ourselves for a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we come before you full of humility. We ask for your guidance and protection as we gather here with the single purpose of actualizing and witnessing the professionals who have attained competence-based curriculum implementation strategies. Bless them as they champion in the country the competence-based curriculum for the successful transformation of our education system and for the greater glory of your name. We ask it through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kasim. I now welcome opening remarks from Dr. Meda Twinamatsko and a brief about the training as the lead organizer and the project coordinator.
Thank you very much. Our Vice Chancellor, Professor Pauline Yachika, Professor Liu Yufeng, and Dr. Patience Aubeka, our academic registrar, the deans present, members of top management, senior academic staff, and all members of staff, ladies and gentlemen, of course without forgetting the Guild President. Thank you very much for coming and gracing this occasion. It is my singular honor to welcome you, especially as we celebrate the completion of this training, which is now phase 2, because we had phase 1, where graduation took place in May 2025, and we had 74 graduates on that day from the faculties of Applied Sciences and Technology, the Faculty of Computing, Faculty of Interdisciplinary Studies, Faculty of Business and Management Sciences. We congratulate the 74 who graduated then. We had a similar event at this particular venue. And now, we embarked on the 2 traditional faculties, that is the Faculty of Medicine, our premier faculty, and then the Faculty of Science. Out of the 179 participants, today we celebrate the graduation of 99. Congratulations upon that milestone. It means having to come here for a certificate is a key milestone, because others have not made it. However, we have a mop-up plan so that they can complete the modules that they didn't complete. And we have a full board academic fraternity trained at MAST. In total, we have so far trained 173 academic staff. Congratulations. And this continues to be a key milestone, because this is fundamental and must be showing other universities how things are done in institutional pedagogy and competence-based learning. We have no choice, ladies and gentlemen, because we know the wave that is coming to universities, but at the same time, we know that in order for us to stand out, not to qualify as a glorified high school, but a university, we need to go competence-based. We have no choice, and we want to thank our top management, led by the Vice Chancellor, for walking the talk and supporting the institutionalization of the institutional pedagogy and competence-based education at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. Thank you very much, Madam Vice Chancellor, and your Senate, and the entire Council, because we know without you, even if the project had facets of funding, this would not have been actualized. I want to appreciate the Chinese government, the People's Republic of China, and the UNESCO fraternity for giving us a grant that is now in the 3rd last year of implementation, that has enabled quite a number of key milestones, including improving our quality, teaching and learning, including starting up 6 micro-credentials, these short courses that have helped our youth. Over 624 youth have been trained, and we have 10 feasible enterprises that were exhibited this morning, where the youth are now employing other 56 youth in various entrepreneurship skills. And we have developed the competence-based framework for MAST, and also the institutional pedagogy short course and the professional manual. We've also been able to link MAST to industry, where we've signed 6 memorandum of understanding and 3 are in the pipeline, to link our students to the industry for internship placement and many other avenues for employability. So as I speak, we have very many people on board, and we are working out more MOUs that are going to make MAST more scalable. And finally, we have all these plans of seeing how we can graduate into CFIT 4, in case this is potentially availed, so that we can push the national agenda of having competence-based framework at the national level and changing in the quality assurance framework of 2014, because when you look at it, it's more traditional, pedagogical oriented. And of course, engaging the Ministry of Education and Sports to facilitate more of our entrepreneurship, innovative-based short courses. And Madam Vice Chancellor, one request that we have seen is that we need a cross-cutting course on design thinking and innovation across the university, just like we have political economy. This is going to help our youth right from the beginning to be challenged. By the time they reach the final year, they have capstone projects that can actually lead them to the market. We are battling with unemployment, and therefore we have to look for all the mechanisms to make our youth more employable. And we are sure that we must niche in competence-based, where we've already seen universities coming here to benchmark. Tuesday we had Kabale University. The other day in the National Science Summit, most universities were charged by what the Vice Chancellor mentioned at the Vice Chancellor's Forum, and they were asking to come to MUST and benchmark. So MUST is ahead of many other universities, and we want to congratulate MUST for this milestone. In the interest of time, allow me to stop here and congratulate all the graduates and wish you all the best as you apply these skills to the learners in our classroom. God bless you. Succeed we must. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those wonderful remarks. As we wait to listen to the academic registrar, as she presents the graduates for the award of certificates, just pause and think. Try to remember, how was the training? Did you forego some things? Was it tough? Did power for the whole team, all of us, to get to know such wonderful experiences that you had. Ladies and gentlemen, I now welcome our AR, Dr. Martha Choshaba Twinamasko. She'll present the graduates for the certificate, and okay, let's have the podium in the center as she reads out the names. We are all waiting. Thank you for the wonderful work you do. Dr. Martha, we are proud of you.
Thank you very much, Sheila, the senior. Is your title. Trust. Auto trust. Some of them are not around, so you don't know. He's not around. We'll keep it. The Dean. Dean, you might have to come here and receive on behalf. Okot David Kilama. Okot David Kilama. Since we have 99, we are going to do a little faster. Olivia Nabawanda. In the field. The deans are going to receive. Eugene Vizimana. Felix Atheire. Felix Atheire. Tumhimbise Manasseh. Tumhimbise Manasseh is from the Faculty of Business and Management Sciences. I don't see him here. Okay. Julius Taremwa, Faculty of Applied Science. I don't see him here. Akampurira Sarah. Akampurira Sarah is not here. Reni Bakashaba. Mukasa Paul. Ginger. Perez Mujuni Mbire. There he is. Pius Saruho, Dr. Pius Saruho. This one is my council member. I have to put that title. Dr. Pius Saruho. Richard Chimera. It's not here. It's not here. Computing. Baguma Kenneth. It's not here. Ambrose Ganshanga. Ambrose. It's not here. Speciosa Tunamasko. Abasa Catherine. Grace Mulyowa. Jerome Kabachenga. Kazibwe Haman. Jane Kasozi Namaga. Joseph Oloro. Joshua Kipto. Prosi Bibangamba. Jonas Tusimire. Male Kenneth. Martin Amanya. Novatus Nyemera. Nyaitara Victoria. Ntambi Emmanuel. Dennis Torak. Edward Jurua. Valence Niyonzima. Mujuni John Baptist. Namyalo Kasifa. Ali Rono Kipchumba. Ahesiwe Irene. Vincent Batwala. Wilfred Arubaku. Bitaruho Robert. Begumisa Godfrey. Aruho Felix. As Atwebembeire Jenina. Babasa Dennis. Kasim Umba Tolo. Byamjisha Dennis. Caroline Nachiguli. Immaculate Nantava. As Brenda Ainomjisha. Brenda, the Dean will pick it. Irene Nalumansi. Innocent Nkwasibwe. As Jacqueline Kampire comes. Jacqueline Kampire. Lydia Mwikali. Okay. Lydia Mwikali. Lydia. Charles Magoba Muwonge. Christopher Adaku. Hannington Gumisiriza. Professor Grace Kagoro. How to put your title? My boss. Hey. Professor Grace Kagoro. As Grace Katsime walks down. Grace Katsime. Dr. Lit. Grace. Ferracino Mwesije. Feresiano. Feresiano. Speak for Feresiano. And Dr. Eunice Solet. This side you have to get from the here. Sharon Aol. As Ronald Mwesigwa comes, Ronald is not here, Dr. Olet can pick it. Raphael Wangalwa. Tony Cherop. As Tom Mutabazi comes down. Tom Mutabazi. Silva Onyango. Agume Anthony. Sister Yatha Jen. Sister Yatha Jen. Wanzala Jimmy Nabende. Valence Habyarimana. Muhammad Chizito. Professor Joseph Ngonzi. Principal in Council. Michael Byamukama. Mary Nafka. Priscilla Muhechi. Martin Karuhanga. Peace Nabakoza. Peace Nabakoza. Kennedy Kasaza. Kwizera Godfrey. John Emenu is in the field. Amandu Pasco. As Arishaba Emily comes over. Emily, she's coming down. Ronald Kamoga. Savino Ayesiga. Savino is not around. Silvano Tunomjune. Salvino Tunomjune. Simon Peter Rugera. So, Vice Chancellor and our guests, these are facilitators, those who have taken colleagues through the course. Professor Mjimu Christopher. Professor Julius Bani Leju. Dr. Sudi Balimutajo. Dr. Aloysius Rukundo. Mr. Amos Bariashaba. Dr. Julius Tumsime. Professor Annabella Habinka. Professor Frederick Sempala is from Kavala University. It's not here. Byabagambi George. Gladys Nakalema. Dr. Izobia Veine Njisha from Makere, yes. So. Mr. Kafero Adnan. Mr. Janja Bernard. So not here. Dr. Medad Tunamasko. Members of Secretariat, Mr. Arichiriza Dennis. Is here. And Mr. Lawrence Tebandike.
A big hand clap. Thank you so much. I request for our Vice Chancellor and our guest of honor, kindly keep standing. Our dear Vice Chancellor, some accolades were prepared for recognizing people who have put in an extra effort to make this institutional pedagogy a reality. I now welcome you. Vice Chancellor, you may stand. And Professor Liu Yufeng, and you will hand over the accolades. This is to the team that initiated this, developed the training, and took it up to management level to ensure this is a reality. Dr. Medard Twinamasko, Awululu, Dr. Sudi Balimuta Joe. They've worked so hard, worked tirelessly. Associate Professor Julius Bani Leju, Dr. Julius Tumusime, Dr. Martha Choshaba Twinamasko, Professor Nixon Kamkama is not able to be with us today. He's in a council committee meeting, but is a project team lead for the UNESCO CFIT project, and we appreciate his effort. Okay, Dr. Martha is getting for Professor Nixon Kamkama. Professor Patience Aupegba, thank you so much for being a great leader, working tirelessly, following up with that project and ensuring this is a reality. Professor Liu Yufeng, a photo, okay. Professor Patience is receiving. Professor Liu Yufeng. And Professor Pauline Biachka Chibuika. Thank you so much. Yes, Professor Liu, you will hand it over as a representative of the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to our dear Vice Chancellor. Thank you very much. And the one for the Ambassador, Professor Liu, will receive it from the Vice Chancellor, His Excellency Zhang Lizhong. The Vice Chancellor can hand it over to Professor Liu. Take our appreciation from us to the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for that wonderful moment, each of you receiving. I believe you felt the effort you had put in is worthwhile, and we are confident you'll put that in practice. I now invite Professor Christopher Mujimu to give remarks as one of the lead facilitators. He is a professor of education, curriculum, and instruction from the College of Education and External Studies from Makerere University.
Thank you. Your Excellence, Ambassador, People's Republic of China and Uganda, our Vice Chancellor, our academic registrar, all the top management available here today, lead organizer and project coordinator, celebrants of this day, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of all facilitators for this program, I feel highly honored to be able to say a few words on this very important occasion. Colleagues, this is a very, very important issue that we are looking at today. The reason being that competence-based education is here to stay. You are aware that so far this is our fifth year in competence-based approach. As a university, soon many students are going to flood the university, products of the competence-based approach. As such, we cannot shy away from it as a university. At this juncture, I would like to congratulate MUST, Mbarara University, because preparing staff in competence-based pedagogy is the way to go, and you are in the right direction. I would like to appreciate the Chinese government and probably UNESCO for supporting these efforts. On behalf of all facilitators, allow me to appreciate your invitation to all of us to come and be part of this great cause. Thank you so much. Given the cordial interactions and engagements with faculty members who were so excited and enthusiastic about this program, it really makes us very happy and feel staying longer. I hope we will get in future more opportunities to continue participating. Colleagues, I can't live without emphasizing the point that all it's about the student. It's all about our clients, the students that we are supposed to prepare in a competence-based way. Colleagues, you know what we have been talking about, but our students need to be prepared for the 21st century skills, and utilizing the competence-based pedagogies evidence show that is the better way of preparing students for the 21st century, but also for the world of work and for good living. So, colleagues who have gone through this program, I'm appealing to all of you to embrace, utilize the insights that have been received from this wonderful training. And I know when you start being excited, practicing what we have shared, you will get better and better at doing it. And therefore, I wish you very, very enjoyable utilization and implementation of the competence-based education. Colleagues, students who have gone through this system understand. We prepare them for better and deeper learning. You will not expect to get problems assessing them. So I encourage all of you colleagues to utilize the valuable knowledge that has been received. Thank you so much. The students we handle are the future of our nation. They are the teachers of tomorrow. They are the doctors who will treat us and our children. Thank you so much. Congratulations, everyone. Vice Chancellor, Academic Registrar, and everybody, top management of this university. Thank you for supporting these efforts, and please continue. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Professor Mujimu. And indeed, our guild president is right here, and he will take the message. Encourage the students to know you have the right stuff, the best of the land. We will now listen to Professor Joseph Ngonzi, who will give a vote of thanks on behalf of the graduates. And we are waiting for the experiences as you studied. You're welcome.
Thank you, Sheila, our Vice Chancellor, the Academic Registrar, members of top management, fellow deans, and the funder. Good evening. The fireworks start now. Each certificate of completion that has been received is a lighted match, and each one of us is a fuse. I begin my vote of thanks by saying that the fireworks start now. We have been taught. We had a few naughty characters like Munyarujero in class, but above all, we were able to complete the training. A few people who dodged a few lessons, but in any way, they read and caught up. I will not mention names, but I see the likes of, well, I said I will not mention names. It's exciting to be equipped with skills that make us better teachers. For the people who sat in the sacred places, burned the midnight candles, they made synthesis of the program. I would want us to join our hands together to appreciate them. For the people who took time to revise and teach some of the difficult students, argumentative students, like Professor Kitty and myself. Sorry, I meant Emma. You did a great job to go through the class and manage all the students in ways that they presented themselves. And for that matter, Professor Mujimu and your team, we want to say thank you. We understand that delivery of content takes a lot of time to prepare. And what is delivered is a culmination of many hours spent trying to come up with relevant content. And for that, you did. You have equipped us, and we are going to deliver what we have been given. And of course, to the students like myself who are in class amidst very tight schedules, I want us to appreciate ourselves and clap our hands. It's I say certificate of completion, and someone whispered to me that now my CV is becoming heavier. Please go and include that on your CV. And I say job advert of F&A for must. This could give you the pass to becoming one. But in all, we want to say thank you. It's never easy to write projects, implement them, and see the deliverables coming forth. So thank you, and thank you once again. Succeed we must.
Thank you so much, Professor Ngonzi. I would like to recognize the presence of Mr. Mutebi Geoffrey, our Chief Internal Auditor. He's witnessing, knowing that the money was used right. And Mr. Prinari Behangana, the Chief Human Resources Officer. He knows that he now has a more equipped workforce. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now listen to Professor Patience Aopegba. She is the Education Program Specialist at the UNESCO's regional office. She has a career of over 30 years in education and did her PhD in education from the University of Ibadan in Nigeria. You're welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Vice Chancellor, all protocols observed. I'm standing on the existing protocol to say, indeed, we are so excited. We are full of joy. I don't know how to express myself today. To see university dons. You know, in my language, you say you have, the translation of your title is that you have read all the books. So in other words, there's nothing more to read. But you have proven that wrong. How? You have chosen the lifelong learning. Because the day you stop to learn, you begin to die. And that's the truth. Because every day, there is a new challenge. And we cannot solve the current challenge with the wisdom that got us to the challenge where we are now. Is that not true? So if we have found something to still have something lacking in the way we have been offering this kind of learning that we have been giving to our students, and we can come together, as they say, two good heads are better than one. You came together as university dons, you sat down, you designed a curriculum, you tried to address a problem. And today, our society is better off for it. I say this with all sense of responsibility because my colleague and myself were seated in front of your students, or some of your students, the students that passed through you, even before you took this course. They told us that they started the course by identifying a problem in their community. They came back, designed a project. They were very innovative in the way they designed their project. This is our third time of visiting the university. Every time they showcased what they have done with pride. And many times we asked them, what is your future? What do you want to become? Are you going to ask for a kind of employment? Where do you want to be employed? They will joyfully tell us, we are already employed. We know that we are employed even now because of the project we are embarked in. And true to that, today they came back to showcase what they have learned, even before you took this course, competency-based pedagogy. And now you were not satisfied with that, knowledge and expertise you had. You still continued, not because of the paper, the certificate, but because learning is progressive. You wanted to gain more. You wanted to learn more. And so we are so excited. What we told your students today, or your previous students, is that the business world is not that easy, but it's for people who are able to exercise patience and work together with others, knowing that they may not have all the solutions in themselves, but they must actually have to collaborate with other people, seek partners who can help them, who can complement them so that they can move far. If they want to go alone, they will move very quickly, but they will soon fizzle out. But Sorry. If you want to move far, then you have to go with others, because you will meet with a lot of challenges. And those challenges can frustrate you and you say, no, I'm tired, I can't do it again. But if you have people encouraging you, then you'll be able to move far. The other thing we told them is, we are not alone, and no man should walk alone. Therefore, think about the global goals. For us as UNESCO, the global goals are the SDG goals. They are 17. And by 2030, we are expected to have achieved them. In many of the goals, we are not making significant progress. In some, we are making efforts. But if you look at your innovation, link it to these goals. See which of the goals that your innovation align. Work with your professors. They will help you to think through the process. And the process is as important as the final product. And as they are moving, they should learn to document their journey so that they can effectively tell their own story. And they become, models that will be learned, that will be presented to other younger folks that are coming into your institutions. And then, because you are the frontliners, when I say you, I mean both your university and the Mbarara University, because we are here for the two universities, and we are hoping that the two universities will collaborate to expand these products that are coming out from the university, so that all the universities in Uganda will begin to emulate what you have already learned. And therefore, our youths will not only be employable, they will be entrepreneurs and able to employ others even before they leave the university. Then we also told them that they should think about the continental goals, because they exist in Africa. And there are a lot of inspiration they can derive from those goals, and then see what they are trying to solve from the framework of these continental aspirations. And then they should look at the economic community of East Africa Economic Community, which is the sub-regional goals. So they are working with some kind of framework, some perspective. They are not just doing things haphazardly. They know exactly where they are going, they know what they are doing, and then they will be able to identify who their collaborators are. Because there are a lot of resources that exist in different places, but will not become obvious except you define clearly what your goals are and who your partners are. Then we talked about the fact that they should begin to, understand the potential impact that they are planning to make, and build in sustainability element into what they are doing. Because whether we like it or not, we must ensure that for a project or an innovation to carry through, there must be the element of financial and operational sustainability. So if they are able to think through, and then you see, finance is not usually the very first thing to think about when you are thinking of innovation. When you are if you think through your process and you are clear about your objectives and what you want to achieve, resources will follow. And that's what happened when just a token was given to these students. And they were all giving testimonies of it, that look at us now. We're just giving 1 million Uganda shillings. See what we have been able to produce. And they said all that with pride. And they were so excited, and they were so, they saw themselves. They already anticipate the kind of future that will happen because of what they were able to achieve. And then we also said that they should be very clear and concise They should document and put the data. You know, we threw a question. We said, if you know where you want to be, how much do you think you need now, so that we could perhaps be partners with you to see how we can move you forward? We could not have a quick solution. So we were trying to challenge them to think that for every plan that you have, you must have a financial plan. The financial plan should not embarrass you, but rather spur you up to be able to achieve. So on this note, we want to say, thank you very much for being there for these our youths. They are our future. They are our present, because they have to be present now before we have a future. And through them, we can imagine and anticipate a greater tomorrow. So I want to thank you, for your resilience, for your patience, for being there for them, and being willing to continue to learn, in a lifelong approach. And today, we have hope that our students will have a future and a hope. Thank you very much for your attention and for the hard work you are doing. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Professor Patience. We appreciate the support from UNESCO CFIT project and your commitment. Ladies and gentlemen, I recognize the presence of Professor Nixon Kamkama, the Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of Academic Affairs and the project lead. Thank you so much for the work you have tremendously done for MUST. MUST is blessed to have a distinguished leader, an icon in education, an advocate, someone on ground and yet goes out to speak for us. I now welcome our dear Vice Chancellor, Professor Pauline Byachikachiguika, to give us her remarks, and she will welcome the University Council Deputy Chair. You're welcome, Prof.
The representative of the ambassador of the People's Republic of China, Prof, our delegates from UNESCO, our vice chairperson of the University Council, who has just stepped out, she's coming back, members of top management present, our esteemed academic staff, our facilitators, both internal and external, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, all of you. I'm very excited to be here this evening, and I welcome you all to this graduation ceremony, and also congratulate you on successfully completing the training on institutional pedagogy and competence-based education. Congratulations. As you all know and heard from our facilitator, Professor Mujimu, we will soon receive students coming from secondary school who have undergone the competence-based education training in secondary education. And therefore, we are moving in the right direction, training staff to be able to receive these students, to train them. I want to thank Dr. Meda Twinamasko and your team for leading this effort, and preparing the staff of Mbarara University of Science and Technology to be able to receive these students. You're not only leading staff of Mbarara University, you're leading all other universities. As you heard, at the last Vice Chancellor's Forum, we discussed this, and I should tell you that Mbarara University was leading in this aspect, and other universities have requested to learn from us. So congratulations. So our University Senate and Council approved this certificate course in institutional pedagogy to ensure that all staff at Mbarara University of Science and Technology acquire practical skills and knowledge to engage the learners successfully. We have made it a requirement for all staff, all academic staff at MUST to undertake this certificate course. It's a requirement, and I'm glad that our Chief Human Resource Officer is here. He's taking some notes. Yes, it is going to be a requirement during our appraisals, as well as our requirement during our academic audits and many other aspects of academic growth. So I want to congratulate you for ticking that box. Nobody will doubt, having seen you receive the certificate, nobody will doubt your competence. And I want to encourage all those other staff out there, please take the message to them that going forward, this is going to be mandatory for everybody at MUST. Going forward, MUST continues with a commitment to provide high-quality education and training with a key focus on practical skills for employable graduates. We are doing this in the classroom, but also outside the classroom through industrial training placements for our students. We've been discussing with several industries to allow our students to go in for placements to acquire practical skills. This can only be achieved if we take our students and our staff, especially the staff, through this competence-based pedagogy. Having said that, this is our second phase of training at MUST. We trained the first lot that graduated on the 30th of May, 2025. And as I said, we are pioneers in this kind of training in Uganda, and we look forward to providing and supporting other universities to undertake this training for their staff. I want at this moment to recognize the support that we get from UNESCO-China Funds-in-Trust Project 3. Thank you very much for the support that you have given us. I received you this morning in my office very early at 8 o'clock, and we discussed a lot. I am hopeful that the discussions we held will come to fruition. We look forward to China's CFIT Project 4, and hopefully Mbarara will be as competitive to receive the support. This morning I discussed with our guests about the support that we are receiving from several donors and funders, and I informed them that we have trained our staff and they are highly competent and they are providing this training to our students. I also informed them that we have been very, very keen on training the software, and it is time for us to also put more emphasis on training the hardware. And I put a request to them for infrastructure development, for equipment, for facilities, for us to be able to provide more hands-on practical experience to our students. I mentioned that we are placing our students in innovation hubs across the country, in industries, but we also need to provide that hands-on training here at the university. We have some good equipment, but making it better wouldn't do harm to us. I look forward to you advocating for this as we discussed this morning, and I look forward to us making our facilities better and better. So I want to appreciate Professor Liu Yufeng, who is the UNESCO Higher Education Specialist, who is also representing our chief guest, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China in Uganda. Thank you very much for coming and spending time with us. And please take our greetings to the Ambassador of China. We look forward to hosting him, welcoming him at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. I recently saw pictures of him visiting Makerere University, and we hope that he can come to visit Mbarara University as well. I want to thank Patience. Patience, we last met in Nairobi at a meeting. Patience, whose second name I cannot pronounce very well, but I'll try. Awopeba. I hope I have pronounced it right. Patience is the education specialist and UNESCO CFIT regional coordinator. She's coordinating this project that is housed here at MUST under the Center for Innovation and Technology Transfer. She's been very instrumental in supporting us and seeing us through and ensuring that we run this project to the success that we are seeing today. So we appreciate your effort and we thank you very much. We look forward to more and more. I want to recognize the presence of our Vice Chairperson of Council, Mrs. Sarah Nyachomwaka. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. And you, together with the Council, we want to thank you very much for the oversight, the leadership, and the guidance that you continuously give us. And at this time, I want to apologize for having come late. This graduation should have started by 3:30, I think. And I came an hour late. Sarah has come, I think, 3 hours late. And Professor Kamukama has come maybe 2 3/4 of an hour late. We want to apologize. We are all late from the same meeting, the same council committee meeting, which has been going on since 9 a.m. And we only managed to complete, I left before we completed the agenda, and they, I think, have managed to complete the agenda. So please accept our sincere apologies for coming late. And Sarah, please take our gratitude to the council, especially the council chair and all council members for always guiding us and supporting us at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. I want to thank Professor Kamukama Nixon, our DVC A&A. Thank you very much for the work that you do for academic affairs. And Dr. Martha Chosaba Tunamasco, thank you very much for leading the academics at this institution. Without you, we wouldn't have an institution. I know you have recently been going through the hectic admissions program with Solomon. I don't know if Solomon is in the room. So we want to, he's in the office, yes, that is hard work. So I want to thank you very much for leading the academics. This is your docket, and I'm sure you're really very happy that we have achieved majority of our staff going through this competence-based education training. Finally, I want to thank the organizers, led by Dr. Meda Twinamasko, Professor Julius Leju, Dr. Julius Tumusime, Mr. Sudi Balimutajo, for developing the certificate course and the competence-based framework for Mbarara University of Science and Technology. And a big, big and sincere thank you to our trainers and facilitators from Makerere University, led by Professor Christopher Mujimu. Thank you very much, and thank you for the kind words. I also want to thank our additional guests from Makerere University. Please stand up for recognition. I don't think you were introduced before. Thank you very much for coming, and I want to thank the deans of the 2 faculties that have completed training, Professor Ngonzi and Dr. Olet. Thank you for leading by example. I see that you also achieved the certificate. So thank you very much for leading by example. Thank you all for attending the training, and congratulations. I hope that we shall be able to put this knowledge to use. And I want to encourage you to encourage those who are not here, who haven't taken the course, to undertake the course when it's next offered. Finally, before I close, I would like us to observe a moment of silence for our fallen colleague, Dr. Fred Norman Bagenda. I request that we stand up. I know we had prayers for him this morning. It is very, very sad affair, and we pray that his soul will rest in peace. May Dr. Bagenda's soul rest in peace. It is now my honor to invite the Deputy Chair of Council, Mrs. Sarah Nyachomwaka, to come and address us. Sarah, you're welcome. Those who may not know Sarah, Sarah is a legal counsel. The titles, sometimes I get confused, but she's a lawyer. She will tell you more about herself, and she's coming from Bank of Uganda. So those of you who might need some additional money, just speak to her after here. She might be able to print some money for us.
Thank you, Polly. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know it has been a very long day, so we'll try to wrap it up. The Ambassador of the Republic of China, UNESCO delegates, the Vice Chancellor, members of top management, academic staff, ladies and gentlemen, I would greet you again. Good afternoon. Good evening. Yes, as mentioned earlier, my name is Sarah Nyachomwaka. I'm the Vice Chairperson of the University Council, and today I'll be representing the Chairperson and Council. So on behalf of the University Council, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this significant occasion and to extend our heartfelt congratulations to the graduates who have successfully completed this 4-week training in industrial pedagogy. How do you pronounce it? What does it mean? Okay, forgive me, I'm a lawyer, so I've never seen this word before. And competence-based education. This marks the second phase of the training program, with the first graduation held in May, on May 30th, 2025. Mbarara University of Science and Technology continues to lead the way in institutionalizing this training program. We thank you for that. We are proud to be the pioneers, and it is gratifying to see other universities expressing their interest in benchmarking from this initiative. I would like to join my voice in appreciating and recognizing the following people and individuals who have made this program a success. Professor Liu Feng, representing the Ambassador. UNESCO, represented by Professor Yu again. We thank you. I would also like to appreciate the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Nixon Kamkama, the Academic Registrar, for their visionary leadership in the academic unit. And of course, they are led by the Vice Chancellor, Professor Pauline. We thank you for this initiative, and we hope to see very many more. We'd also like to appreciate the developers of the course, Dr. Minad Tunamasiko, Professor Leju, Dr. Julius Tumusime, Dr. Sudi, for your outstanding work in developing the certificate course and competence-based framework for MAST. As you're aware, we have the MAST holding, and we are also going to undertake a number of trainings under the guidance of MEDAD. We hope to see very many more trainings. I would also like to thank the trainers and facilitators led by Professor Christopher Mujimu of Makerere University for your dedication to delivering high-quality training. We thank you. The deans and faculties of staff who have contributed to the success of this training. Lastly but not least, the trainees whose commitment and active participation have made today's celebration possible. I thank you all, as I've mentioned, and everybody else who I haven't. This training has equipped 99 academic staff from the Faculty of Science and the Faculty of Medicine, making a total of 173 staff trained with critical skills in institutional, that word, and competence-based education so far. This training ensures that our staff are prepared to meet the needs of the new generation of students who, in 2 years, will arrive at MAS having undergone this competence-based education in secondary schools. As a university, we remain steadfast in our commitment to delivering quality education and training with a strong emphasis on practical skills for employable graduates, which aligns with MAS's mission. Senate and Council have approved the certificate course in institutional pedagogy as a mandatory requirement for all academic staff, and we heartily appreciate the initiators of this training at MAS led by Dr. Minard Tumnamasiko. We also have noted the completion of this course will be essential for all staff appraisals, academic audits, and other processes related to professional development and academic growth. Furthermore, this initiative aligns with MAS strategy's focus on competence pedagogy, which is fundamental to producing graduates who are not only knowledgeable, but also equipped to excel in the modern day workforce. In conclusion to the graduates, by the way, where are they? Hey, I was expecting to see some kind of fancy wear. Okay. To all the graduates, I commend you for this achievement and encourage you to apply the knowledge and skills that you have gained to transform your teaching practices. And for those who have not participated in the program yet, I encourage you to take advantage of the scheduled trainings. Together, let us continue to set the standard for excellence in higher education. Once again, congratulations to the graduates, and I thank you all for your contributions to this significant milestone. Thank you very much. It is a great pleasure for me to introduce and invite the representative of the Ambassador of the Republic of China to address us. Thank you. You'd like to make a correction?
Thank you so much. And dear Vice Chancellor, Professor Pauline Biakika Kibovica, right? Okay. You see, sometimes it's so difficult for me to pronounce our African friend's name. And I, on behalf of our Uganda UNESCO CFIT 2025 mission team, first of all, let me congratulate to all our successfully finish the training course and win the certificates of competence-based pedagogy. Meanwhile, I want to thank to Vice Chancellor Medad and your team to develop these very wonderful training materials successfully, meanwhile provided training for more than 178 trainees, so which is a really wonderful event or milestone for CFIT 3. So all of us know, yeah, congratulations again. And all of us know competence-based curriculum or competence-based education is such an important issue or topic for our education because it's related to our training or our education objectives. We should not only just know some of the knowledge, but also we need to learn how to do it. We can do it. So with the rapid change of our technology, rapid change of our society, so for our students, we need to know knowledge, we need to know skills, we need to have a right attitude. The most important thing, how to put it into practice. So I'm also so happy during our conversation with our delegates from our ministry. They mentioned that at the moment, competence-based education already implemented in secondary education. But now they want to move it to tertiary education. Who can undertake these responsibilities? So this time our MAST already got a wonderful notes of C's. That means all for you. You can play a big role. So I think next time when Ministry of Education of Uganda mentioned, okay, now we already successfully implemented competence education in higher tertiary education. One of the reasons because of the MAST. In this case, as a delegate of UNESCO CFIT team member, I will feel very, very happy. And also, this time I say it's so important for us to come to Uganda again, because this is my third time to come here. And as you already know, this CFIT 3 will come to the end. So we need to summarize our products, to summarize of our achievements, to benefit more universities, benefit more students, teachers, universities, finally to benefit more, to contribute to the development of education in Uganda. So I see this stage is so important. How to benefit more, as many delegates already, and also Vice Chancellor also mentioned how to utilize this knowledge. So for me, I also wish of our trainees or graduates need to use competence-based education concept to put this knowledge, these competencies into practice, get more experiences, and then benefit more students, teachers, universities to improve the sustainable development of Uganda. So thank you all. Thank you so much. Look forward to get more wonderful products and achievements. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Ambassador. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the second graduation ceremony of the Institution of Pedagogy and Competence-Based Training at MAST this 2025. Just one word in Chinese. Then we'll step out and take a group photo and enjoy tea as we network. Ni hao means ni hao. Ever. So you say ni hao, ni hao, ni hao. Ah, you're good students. So let us step out and take a group photo, and we can enjoy tea and leave at pleasure. Thank you so much for making it for today's graduation ceremony.
Oh, darling Jesus, you are always on my case. Now you, they give me joy, they give me peace, they give me grace. So I thank you, my Jesus, thank you, my Lord. Darling Jesus, oh my darling Jesus, you are wonderful, Lord. I love you so much, darling Jesus, oh my darling Jesus, you are wonderful, Lord. You never leave me, you never forsake me. I can count on you when everyone fails me. You know the time to shower me with blessings. So I love you, my Jesus, oh, love you, my Lord. Darling, 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 Jesus, darling Jesus, oh my darling Jesus, you are wonderful, Lord. I love you so much, darling Jesus, oh my darling Jesus, you are wonderful, darling Jesus, oh darling Jesus, my darling Jesus, oh my darling Jesus, you are wonderful, Lord. I love you so, my darling Jesus, oh my darling Jesus, you are wonderful, Lord. Sun on this, yeah, yeah. Me Japanese on yeah. I love you so much, my Jesus. My darling Jesus, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, throws it back in time. Here we are, South Africa, Zouk. Ladies and gentlemen, keep the smile wider. DJ 4x4 is here.